Hey guys, it's Elena and today I have another cloth diaper video for you. Today we're going to be talking about these beautiful covers from the Shine cloth. First of all, let's just look at how freaking adorable they are. As soon as I saw this guy, I knew that I needed it because of Lisa Frank. You know, if you were a kiddo growing up in the 90s, you probably had a binder with this kind of print on it. So I totally needed this guy. I had to pick it up. And it is just stinking gorgeous. So I will say right off the bat, I ordered this guy and it got lost in the mail or it shipped a little late or something happened to it and it ended up not getting to me. And so she sent me an extra cover. She sent me this guy with this guy to make up for the fact that this one, the original one, got lost. So that's so nice of her. So thank you so much to Deja for sending me an extra one. That was totally unexpected and so nice. Now with that being said, these are handmade diapers by a mama just like us here in America. So they do run a little bit more expensive than, you know, the China cheapy stuff, but the quality is totally there. So let's start off. I will show you a close-up on this guy so we can see exactly what it all looks like in here. So you may be able to see here, we have 4 rise settings, and let me show you right up close here. You see how the snap color changes? Like, that's the kind of attention to detail you get when you have a handmade item. So you've got, you know, the pinks and the orange up here to go with the color. It turns to yellow, it turns to green, and she has all the snaps in there. Even these ones in between that are kind of like between yellow and green have yellow and green for the backside. So that's attention to detail right there. So 4 rise steps here. We have all the snaps you could ever need on the wings here. So you can kind of tell a little bit easier because it's a little less colorful here on the backside. But we have one little hip snap on the bottom, which is a little bit unique. Usually I would see a hip snap like up here on the top, but you got a little hip snap here on the bottom. You have your regular vertical snaps as well, and you have crossover snaps on both sides. So either direction you're more comfortable with snapping over. You know, you like if you have a tiny baby and you need to use the crossover snaps and you snap on this side first and then you realize that there are no crossovers on this side, you don't have to worry about that for this diaper. You don't have to unsnap it and start over. You can use the crossovers on either side. So that's really cool. You just have lots of snap options here on the wings. A hip with the vertical snaps on the hip sides. It's just attention to detail, I'm telling you guys. So on the front side here, if we turn it to the inside, we have a tummy panel. You guys know I have learned to really appreciate a little tummy panel, and it's not a little tummy panel. This thing is, you know, 3 inches long. It's a pretty big, generous tummy panel here, and nothing anywhere else. That's my new favorite style of cover with baby number 3. I like to see a tummy panel, but flat everywhere else. No little pockets and creases and stuff going on, except for this little bit of material at the front that's going to keep the inserts in place and make sure they don't wick onto baby's clothes. I love that. Perfect. That's like my favorite style of cover right now. It is a double layer and it's so nice and soft. So usually, well, sometimes when I see a double layer waterproof cover, they can be a little bit bulky and thick and just seem a little bit big, but this guy is so soft and flexible and movable that it doesn't bother me that it has the extra layer in there. So yeah, if that gives you peace of mind, if the idea of, you know, leaks and stuff and maybe one layer giving out, if that kind of stuff like freaks you out, double layer does give you peace of mind. You know, well, at least if this layer gives out, the other layer is not going to give out on me, right? So yeah, I understand why some people like the double layer, and it definitely does give you a little bit of peace of mind knowing that there's extra protection in there. So as for the elastics, we have elastics on the leg, not a double leg gusset, just a single leg gusset on either side. No elastic at the front, but we've got that tummy panel to keep everything in place, and of course elastic on the butt side back here. And I will say the elastics are somewhere in between. Like, they're not super thick, like it's not a super thick band back here, but it's not a super thin little thing either. So they're a nice little medium size here everywhere along the diaper. And inside they they do actually have some snaps. So you have a snap here at the front under that panel and a snap here at the back. So you can put buttons inserts, best bottom inserts. You can put that tri-fold from Panolino Bambino in there. All kinds of cloth diapers have snap-in inserts, and everything I've tried, I think, fits this size. So they're all pretty standardized across the board. So if you have any kind of random snap-in inserts laying around that take a snap at the front or the back or both, this will work with it. One more thing I wanted to show you. This is just a pad folded hand dyed stretchy flat that I have, and when I go to stick it inside of the cover here, so let me tuck it under the front panel, and then I kind of like fold in these front flaps, and then I lift it up and just kind of shimmy it up. This thing holds its little shape. It like makes a little cocoon around the insert in there, and it all stays together perfectly when I'm going to like store it away in the diaper basket or whatever. I don't know what it is, just the shape of the diaper, the way she sews it together, it just makes its own little cocoon for the insert, and it stays together so well. I know it's like a weird little thing to get excited about, but that's honestly one thing that I super love about this. It keeps everything contained without having to snap it up, because if I snap it up and then I'm in the middle of changing Bear and I've got one hand changing Bear and I only have one hand to grab the new diaper, I gotta like, you know, flick open to open it up with one hand, which can be annoying sometimes. So knowing that it's all together without me having to actually snap it, that just makes me happy. When you have tried as many diapers as I have, sometimes it does turn out to be just the little things that make you so happy with a new diaper, okay? So yeah, I love that it keeps its little shape. It's wonderful. The attention to detail is wonderful. The prints are beautiful. She's always coming out with new stuff, and she always puts out a ton of like Black Lives Matter stuff. Like she has some like kente cloth looking designs lately. She's always looking at her roots and trying to actually come from like a more cultural perspective, not just like, you know, funsy stuff. She wants to like have meaning behind her diapers, and I find that really, really awesome. So yeah, I've owned these diapers for several months now. I get lots of use out of them. Honestly, one kind of interesting thing that I'll tell you guys is that when my husband does diaper changes, he chooses, like this guy especially, all the time. Like, it's not that this guy's always sitting on top or it's always readily available. I don't know what it is, but this diaper in particular just draws my husband's attention, and he's always putting it on Barret. Just a random little side note. I think it's kind of funny, but like so many times Justin chooses this diaper to put on Barret's butt, which I think is super funny. But yeah, covers are super easy, quick little reviews because there's not a lot to talk about. You know, just whatever the insides of the cover is like. One thing I did want to mention, the cut of this diaper is kind of, I'll try to take some footage of Bear wearing it. On the hips here, you always have to tuck in if you're doing like an actual folded flat. So if I have a folded flat around Barret, I always have to tuck in like right underneath these hips here, because just the way that the flat goes on his body comes out a little bit wider than the cover itself. So these covers, I mean, it'll still totally fit. It's not like it's a small cover or anything, you know, it's pretty generous here in the crotch section. It's just the cut on the hips. I always end up having to tuck in a flat underneath. You can totally use the cover with a folded flat underneath, actually pinned on or snapped on baby, but it's just a little bit more narrow in that particular area anyway. At least on Barret it is. But like I said, they come with the little snap-ins and everything, so you might end up using it just as like, you know, pad folded flats or any other kind of snap-in insert or something. You don't have to use it as a cover that covers over folded up, actually pinned on flats. So yeah, like I said, cover reviews are usually pretty quick, pretty straightforward. I really enjoy using these guys, both of them. They're totally gorgeous. She's always coming out with new stuff, so I would definitely go follow her on Instagram. I'll leave her down below if you guys are interested, of course. If you did like this video and you found it helpful, give it a thumbs up, please. And if you have any thoughts about these covers, if you have used them or any of her other diapers, I'm not sure if she has like pockets or whatever else she has, but if you've tried her products, let us know your thoughts down below as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!